What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Fortis After Hours podcast. I'm your co-host, Nate, joined by my wife, Liz.
Hey.
And we have another awesome episode planned for you guys today.
Shocking.
Yes, you guys may be shocked to hear that we had another awesome one, but you know, every episode we record is awesome. And we appreciate you guys listening in each week that we drop a podcast, since we know that it's not every week that we record one of these. And that is because our business continues to grow, thanks to you all. So we're much busier than we ever have been with traveling, coaching, and whatnot, other activities.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. So today we're just going to share a little bit about that and how that's been going. This has definitely been the busiest first quarter of any year, probably since we moved down here as far as the gym. So that's been fantastic. And again, thanks to you all and all of our other amazing clients and athletes and members of our gym as Fortis continues to grow. And then we're also going to be talking a little bit about Toby, which you guys know. You know who Toby is, our little dog. But yeah, we're going to give you guys a little bit of a insight into what's been going on with him, just some different health things that he has going on, and kind of go from there.
We have been getting lots of questions, so this
yes,
will
we've been getting
help clear some.
Yeah, we've been getting a lot of questions,
up.
And then this way, there's just a spot that people can go. If you're interested, you can go listen to it, and if not, then there you go. So we'll start with just the traveling and everything. Where have you been the past couple weeks?
Yes, because we have not recorded a podcast.
I think it's 2 weeks. Yeah.
2 weeks because we've had, I think, 4 different meets this year, this month that we coach people at. Yeah. 2 of them were virtual or online people that I just coached them virtually. I didn't go there too. But then 2 weeks ago, you went to Mississippi.
Yep. I went to Tupelo. Low-key, Tupelo is kind of a nice spot.
I've never been there.
Yeah, it was a nice spot. And the hotel that I stayed at was downtown Tupelo, nice little area. Mississippi sometimes, I've been there, it can be a little interesting. But Tupelo is pretty cool, and the gym was a pretty cool spot too.
So how'd the meet go?
Meet went good. That was for my client Dakota, and we've only been working together 5 months is what we decided. So we've been working together 5 months. We put 50 pounds on his total. And kind of helped him recover from a hamstring tear, pretty bad hamstring tear injury that he had. And yeah, he did really well. Obviously, 50 pounds on the total, crushed it, and went 9 for 9. Yeah, he did. I'm thinking he went 9 for 9. That's how he did that.
Okay.
Yeah, went 9 for 9, crushed it. That meet went well. The venue was super cool, a cool warehouse that was transitioned into a gym, and it was a pretty cool vibe. So good meet, good vibes. Dakota crushed it, and it was fun to hang out with him and all of his buddies. They all lift together. This was pretty cool, and everyone was there. There's a few of them their first meet, so that's cool. Always cool to watch people do their first meet.
It's always fun.
Yeah, and then the following week, Liz flew.
I left to go to Texas. I flew into Austin, but the meet was in Killeen, Texas. Never heard of it before. It's, it's an hour-ish north of Austin. But I went for USAPL High School Nationals. Elena was competing there, and she did great. Also, 9 for 9. And if you don't know, or if you haven't read the captions, I just think this is cool, so I'm gonna brag on her a little bit. Last year, it was actually Easter weekend, so literally this weekend. Last year, she broke her back in an accident that was not related to lifting at all. And I want to say multiple compression fractures in, I don't remember the numbers of the vertebrae, but multiple of them. And she fortunately was able to, survive, first of all, and second of all, recover and work through that. And then obviously a lot of PT and some rehab work to get her back to where she was. And then she started working with me we think it was in October, I'm pretty sure. And I started coaching her in October.
We were already training her mom, so it's kind of confusing. It's like
yes. I'd been training her mom, and then I started training her in, I'm pretty sure it was October though. And we started working together to kind of see what we could get built back up. She hadn't touched really any of the weights that she had touched prior to breaking her back at that point. So we worked through that. She competed in December. Just kind of like a for fun meet to get her back on the platform. And then we did high school nationals last weekend, and she hit a lifetime PR squat, lifetime PR deadlift, and matched her PR bench. So also a PR total. And she tore, well, I don't know about tore. She partially tore, strained something, her rotator cuff from wrestling during prep for high school nationals, because when you do more than one thing, sometimes there's more things that can happen.
Things happen, yeah.
So she was able to rehab that, worked with the PT on that, and then we were still able to pull out a PR match for her bench. So it was pretty cool. High school nationals, it was a lot. It was, I think, a 4-day meet, and what I didn't know is they have a JV day and a varsity day, which makes sense. Like high school sports, there's JV and varsity, but it kind of looked like, I think the JV was all just one day, so I don't think as many people do that, and then varsity is the other 3 days, I think.
Varsity being a little more competitive, you think?
So I think they have a higher qualifying total is what I kind of decided, but then I don't know. So we were talking about it, and so I'm pretty sure JV has a lower qualifying total, and then varsity has a little higher qualifying total. But there's no cap total for the JV. So in my brain, you could just be oh yeah, I'm gonna do JV and then win.
Yeah.
I'm not saying everyone does that, but I just thought that was interesting. That in my brain, I feel if you have a certain total,
that is
then
true.
you should have to go to the varsity day to compete. And then also if you don't have a certain minimum, which I guess then that is kind of, you don't qualify for varsity, you would have to do JV. But Elena did the varsity day even as a sophomore, which is kind of cool. And then I think she said she talked to everyone else in her flight, and they were all seniors. So kind of cool that she was a sophomore competing with all the seniors, and she placed in her weight class, I think it was 13th out of, I think 22 maybe ish, something around there.
So not bad.
So I mean, that's pretty good, especially
as a sophomore.
As a sophomore, when most of them are seniors. I'm sure some juniors too, but so I didn't know that they did that. That was pretty cool. There was also a lot of equipped high school lifting there. And a bunch
that's
of
a big thing in Texas.
Lifting.
There's a big equipped lifting community, I feel in Texas specifically.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah.
But so it was fun. It was a 3-platform meet. Warm-up room was crazy.
Yeah.
It was a huge warm-up room, which is nice when you have 3 platforms all going at the same time. But yeah, it was cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that was the past couple weekends, busy traveling, and then last weekend I coached at a Olympic weightlifting meet for my client Nikki. She did awesome as well. She, we ran into a little bit.
She did awesome.
She did awesome. Snatches, we ran into a little bit of a snafu. You can check Instagram or YouTube for that. But then she came back and crushed a PR clean and jerk, and that clean and jerk was such a big PR that was able to match her total PR. So given how snatches went, that was awesome.
Yes.
That she was able to come back and do that. So that was a fantastic, busy weekend of competition last week.
Yeah. And then I think coming up, April is kind of chill as far as meets and things go. And then May, we have...
Except for today. Today I moved to Tortoise House.
You did do that, yeah.
Just did that before. I've never seen a tortoise in real life, just cruising around. I mean, maybe at a zoo.
Toby met it too.
Yeah, I had Toby meet it, and I kind of thought maybe he'd be somewhat interested in it. No, he'd just walk right by it. Didn't even want to sniff it or I don't know, maybe if he sees a rock, try and pee on it, something. Nope, just walk right by. I was okay. And meanwhile, the tortoise is chomping on the grass. Just it was pretty funny. I've never seen I don't know. I mean, I've seen a tortoise at a zoo, but it was I don't know, just kind of cruising around eating. Yeah, it was funny.
That's what they do.
Anyways, April's pretty chill.
Yeah. So May we have PLU Nationals in San Antonio, which we are both competing in, and then I think it's 14 people. I keep mixing up my numbers, but I'm 13, 14, somewhere around there, people that we're bringing to compete in PLU Nationals, May 16th and 17th. And then about a week later, 10 days later, I'm going to fly out to California to coach Lolly at USPA Nationals.
Yeah.
And then a few weeks later, we have some meets in June happening. We have a big, the one up in Florala. I've never heard of this town, Florala.
There will be a big Fortis presence arriving.
But yeah, we're bringing another big chunk of the Fortis powerlifting team that's not doing nationals. A lot of them are going to go do this. I don't remember the name of the meet, but it's in Florala.
Super Gym. It's the Super Gym something.
Yes, so we'll be doing that in June. So it'll be a busy next couple months with meets and traveling and all of that stuff. But
not as busy as the first quarter. Yeah, the first quarter.
Chill April though.
Yeah, April's chill. And the first quarter, I think I might do like a recap thing because I'm gonna miss some, so I'm not even gonna attempt to do it. But we had a lot of competitions that we were coaching, a lot of athletes. So it was a fantastic start to the year, and you all have done a great job. So it's been super fun to be a part of y'all's days. Sometime soon, I'm probably gonna get the meta glasses so that way we can capture the days. But
I got to wear those at high school nationals.
Very jealous.
A7 was there, and they were like looking. They wanted to do some like different POVs, like coach, athlete, spectator.
It's cool.
And it's posted on there on A7, and I'm in it, and it's pretty cool.
Jealous.
But they did like Elena wore them on her first squat. And then I wore them on her second squat, and then we had her mom as a spectator wear them on the third squat. And it's like a whole compilation of like a bunch of people wearing them, but then I thought it was cool because she definitely was like one of like the main focuses of it because it was like all three of her points of view of her squats. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. I might have to get some, we'll see. Maybe for the second half of the year. But anyways, so that's kind of like a little update on our coaching and competitive schedule. Also, a quick update, pretty soon it will be 100 days of posting a video every single day, which I'm pretty excited about.
I think it's next week.
Nice. Next week, we'll be crossing over that. I'll probably do a video on that, to be honest. And we really, really appreciate everybody on the YouTube for subscribing. I checked the other day, it's almost 150 new subscribers this year, which is fantastic. Especially for YouTube's the growth is a little harder there. So we really appreciate you guys tuning in on YouTube and helping us grow that channel so that we can reach more and more people with our message about redefining strong for everyone.
Yeah.
So that's been pretty encouraging, and I definitely could not do that without you guys. So that's been awesome. Okay, so now we'll talk a little bit about Toby. So if you guys don't already know, so number one, if you really don't know, Toby's our dog. He's everywhere. So if you found this podcast, you probably have seen him. But if not, that's our little white dog, Toby. He's a little fluff ball, and he is 10 and a half, and he has epilepsy, so he has seizures. And then recently...
That are very well controlled, though, with medication.
Yeah, I was going to go
He takes 5 times a day, 2 different medications for his epilepsy. But they are very well controlled.
Yeah, very well controlled. It did take a while to get him to that point, but yeah, they're very well controlled, so he doesn't have seizures often, knock on wood.
Still has them occasionally, but
yeah, much less often. So the medication, with working with the vet, we've been able to find something that works for him on that front. And then late last year, he basically just stopped sleeping.
So we kind of talked about this a little bit ago.
Did we?
Sort of. Yes. I mean, we didn't really fully go into details with it, but we have mentioned that.
Okay, so we're gonna go into the details. So yeah, basically he really wasn't sleeping, and not only was he not sleeping, but he was this restless, really restless, panting, just not okay. It almost looked like he's scared. Or,
yeah, I would say he seemed really scared. He would climb on top of us or just stand at in our faces and bark or pant or whine or
for hours, hair, not just a little bit.
The whole night. Because I've had a lot of people be like, oh, well, he's just not sleeping. That's fine, you can still sleep. No, because it's not that he's just not sleeping.
Yeah.
It's a whole situation that I don't even have words to explain really.
Basically he's
and he would he'll lay down for a second like literally maybe like 5 seconds, and then he would like jump up like something was like biting him or like attacking him, and then he would like run off the bed and like start running around the house and then crying, and then like it was just and that would just go on for hours and hours and hours.
And that was kind of like starting, I don't know, like November-ish time frame, and so that kind of led into this whole thing, which obviously we went to the vet multiple times, tried to like work with them, and eventually they diagnosed him with something called canine cognitive decline, which is basically like dementia for dogs.
Specifically sundowners.
Yeah, specifically sundowners. So a lot of his symptoms, basically all of them mainly, are at night only. And during the day, he's relatively fine. He is a lot more aloof, unaware. He already kind of was, and now definitely as he's continuing to age and with this, it makes a lot of sense with the cognitive decline diagnosis. Like, he's just not really like present at all times. Like sometimes he'd just kind of be snoozing, and like by kinda I mean asleep. So he's pretty kind of chill during the day.
He's a little more like reactive now to the things that like
bars slamming, things like this.
He used to not care at all about like sounds and weights and people and things, and he definitely has gotten like more reactive to the
now
things.
It's kind of like now it's like a 50-50. Like sometimes he's fine, sometimes not fine at all. So all that's been going on, and then so we've been working with the vet to try different things to like help him sleep, all of which have failed.
So we did start him on a medication though that I think is helping him like throughout the day.
Yes.
May or may not be also helping at night somewhat.
Yeah, so he's taking one medication that's like it's basically, I think, to slow, I don't think it's like reversing anything, but it's like to slow these symptoms from the dementia, the
it helps with balancing
cognitive
the
decline.
dopamine levels in their brain, actually.
There you go.
Which apparently something about dopamine levels has to do with cognitive decline, which I don't quite understand how those are connected, but I do know that it says it helps balance dopamine levels.
So yeah, it does that. So that I think is actually like helping him. But then there was some other medications that we tried to help him sleep that I think actually
made it worse.
And
fun fact, we gave Toby a whole bunch of trazodone and he didn't sleep at all.
And like a lot of our clients, like they're like, oh yeah, like if I give my dog like a fraction, he's like passed out for hours.
We gave him a whole pill and he didn't sleep an entire night.
Yeah, it was crazy.
At all.
And so that has really just kind of been like something that's been going on, and then it really got worse like a few weeks ago, like far worse. Like Liz said, like he was like fully awake like the entire night, and it's just no way to like, you can't exist like that. Like that is just craziness. So we had to go to the vet and like kind of re-talk through everything, and they gave us some ideas to like rearrange some of the medicine that he takes, cut out some of the other medicine, and then your boy in his creativity came up with the idea to get some lights.
Well, they told us to sleep with the lights on, which we did
for 2 nights. Yeah, they told us
to
sleep with the lights on, which was crazy.
We did for 2 nights.
And now that's what we do, in case you're wondering. Too long to read. If you want to skip to the end, that's what we do now. But we had to get, I wanted to get like some of those like hue lights, like the color lights where it like changes like the actual like color of the room type thing. So it'd be more of like a like orange, red, like mellow type feel. So we have those.
And they're dimmable, so they're like
so
darker.
Our current setup, we have those. We have sleep masks because Toby needs the lights on. And currently, as of like the last week, he's slept. So that's cool.
Yes.
So anyways,
he likes the lights.
Yeah, he likes the lights.
We also
have like a little routine.
I was gonna say a fairly strict like nighttime routine for him that does help.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and the funny thing is when I was talking to the vet, like they're talking about a routine and all this, and I'm like, yeah, we already do that, which we did. But now I'm like, well,
we could do
it. So now it's like, now it is like we have all these different things in this order, and that seems to be helping our little guy, which is really a little bit of a relief, because for a little bit there, that was definitely kind of tearing us both apart, probably from the inside out, both like emotionally, because like no one wants to see their pet go through something like that, and then also just physically, because like we're used to, sleeping a good 7. Liz sleeps usually 9 hours, like 7 to 9 hours.
8 to 9.
Okay, so yeah, Liz usually sleeps more than me because I'm here earlier. But anyways, like we're used to that, and then to go from that to all of a sudden like some nights we're not sleeping at all, some nights we're sleeping 2 hours, and
Well, and
for
I
a little
think-
bit there, it was happening like multiple, like like we were sleeping, I would say on average for like 2-3 hours for like a little bit, like a few weeks, a little bit.
Couple weeks, yeah. And I think part of it too is like, not only is it like not a lot of sleep, but we also continue to demand our bodies to do all of the things that we want them to do, because that's what we do. So it was definitely very challenging. And like, I'm sure there will be periods of back and forth of this, like kind of, and for the rest of his life, I'm sure, however long that may be. I'm sure we'll have like good weeks and bad weeks and good days and bad days, just because I think that's the nature of this disease.
And the vet, like the way they put it was kind of, it helped me out. It was a little bit sad, I'm not gonna lie, but it's like, that, you know, she just said, you have to understand, like, he's basically just losing touch with reality, like just over time. And it's like, okay, like, because, you know, like like at first they're like, oh yeah, he has this. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, you know,
I figured this out like a long time ago.
Apparently Liz figured this out a while ago, but I just was like, I'm pretty like optimistic in case you guys haven't figured that out.
A little more of a realist.
Yeah, by pretty optimistic, pretty much I do not think there's anything that I cannot do. Like there's always some way we can get it done. And yeah, this was like the first time, so it was like pretty emotionally taxing for me, just because I'm like, okay, like we're already doing everything. He's already on the most powerful drugs basically that we could give him. There's no other drugs. And basically she's like, it's only gonna get worse. So I'm like, okay. But with the advice from her and then just like my gut instinct, I don't know, like we were able to, cause I'm like, okay, well we can like basically double down on the stuff that she said would help. And that has helped so far. So we'll see how it goes. But anyways, yeah, that's been going on. And like Liz said, you can, so like I do believe for a long time, like we don't have the funds for this yet, but at some point maybe we have like a documentary crew type thing, not documentary, but like people like, you know, for YouTube, like they could just like film us so I don't have to worry about the producing and all that stuff. Then maybe you could see all this, but we don't have that, so you're just gonna have to take my word for it. But for a while, like I really believe our own systems, nutrition, hydration, like everything else that we do in our life to really like help with recovery and training. Kind of like I was explaining to someone earlier, like almost like if it's like a wall and there's like waves crashing, like it kind of like will like hold fast for a little bit, right? But then like after a while, it's like there's only so much wall, and you know, like over time, you know, externals like will, you know, tank your recovery, put you at, you know, higher risk for injury. Reduce your ability to perform what you want to do, whether it be with work or training or whatever. And definitely, at least for me, I kind of like found that last little limit here on this last block, which was, I mean, like overall it was fine, because like I like pushed myself and like I tried my best, like truly. So I'm like, well, like that's just all my body has for this block. And I knew it was time to deload, which was right on cue, to be honest. So that's cool.
Here we are.
Yep, time to deload. But yeah, that definitely was an experience or is an experience working with that, and will probably continue to be. But we are trying to give the little guy the absolute best life possible, all the way to the end.
And like we've posted some signs in here that say like basically don't pet Toby. And so to clarify, if you are listening to this, like if he comes up to you and approaches you, like you can still give him a little pet, say hi to him, you know, that's fine. It's more for the like, basically one, just be more aware of him because he's not aware of anything or anyone. And then like if he's sleeping at all,
don't touch him.
Don't touch him. Because like even if I touch him when he's sleeping, like especially at the gym, like at home he doesn't really seem to care, which is funny. But like at the gym, even if I touch him, he'll get like mad at me for touching him. So if he's sleeping, just don't touch him. But like you don't have to, because I've had a couple people be like, oh, I can't, like I have to ignore him when he comes up to me when I walk in the door. I'm like, you know, you can still like give him a little pet, say hi. Like it's not like you have to ignore him. Just maybe be a little more gentle and be a little more aware when he's, if you're on the floor, if you're stretching, or if he's like somewhere else, like just be a little more aware, so that way,
so that way he can just have as chill of a time as possible. Because, you know, we know that like a lot of you guys like listening that come to our gym in person, and like people that have visited that may be listening, like love Toby and everything. And we do want to like try and keep him in the gym as long as possible. But he is just getting a little bit older, so there are certain things we have to do to make sure that he's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, like, the good thing is the rest of his life he seems fine. Yeah. Like just the nighttime. Yeah. I was joking for a long time when we were in the midst of it. It's like Batman. Like he's like we go to sleep and he's like, all right, I'm Batman.
Batman time.
Except it's not funny at all because we're not sleeping. And he's like sad.
It's not.
But yeah, so anyways, that's a little bit about what's been going on in our life, specifically with Toby. But we do really appreciate everybody that is a part of his life, because I truly believe that I think it's like extended his life, being around so many humans. Like he's gotten to interact with so many people, hundreds of people, and everyone loves him. Yeah. So we really appreciate that, and we appreciate your support as we kind of navigate this, his little life.
Yeah.
So anyways, but yeah, so that kind of does it for this week's episode of the podcast. Hopefully you guys enjoyed a little bit of...
Just a quick little update.
Yeah, a little update. And we'll be back next week. We should be back here for a while, weekly.
Probably all the weeks in April.
Yeah, all the weeks in April.
Maybe not the 25th, but...
Okay. Liz does all my scheduling now, so I don't really know anything.
I do.
But yeah, we'll be back next week with another awesome episode for you guys. Thank you so much for listening. If you're watching on YouTube, hello. Thank you so much for tuning in on YouTube. And if you don't mind, please subscribe to the channel. We are very, very, very close to 500 subscribers, so that'd be pretty awesome. I really was thinking about pulling 500 every day for deadlift until we got to 500, but then I am... training for nationals. Yeah, I'm training for nationals, as Liz reminded me, so I'll have to not do that for now. But the goal is to get to 500 followers. And trust, if we are not at 500 followers by nationals, I'm doing that afterwards.
All right.
So do me a favor and just do 500, so that way I don't have to do that.
That'd be good.
But anyways, yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of the podcast, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Later.
Bye.